Sometimes Baba would ask, what do you want? And people would say, liberation. Liberation from what? From A, B, C? From an uncontrolled tongue or what? It's a slow process. Some yogis go 20 years into the Himalayas and only then do their teachers send them out. 20 years goes past fast. We've only got 17 years until 1999. You've got time to finish your yogi jobs, but you have to go at it, kids, right? One day he said, how are you for money? I said, oh, when I got with him, I couldn't even talk. Oh, I've just got the abundance of the universe. He looked at me. He knew I didn't. He just clapped once, and out came a bunch of rubies. Take them, he said. Hide them under your sari. Jealousy out there, jealousy. He meant that as I went out, not to go, oh, look what Baba gave to me. I'd have 10,000 jealous of me out there, all waiting to go in and see Baba. He said, take it to the American Express and get it changed into money of your country. I never spent it. They changed it into $20 and I always kept it. I also used a ring that he made for me when I was leaving. Just took out of air. He said, this is for healing, Hilda, for healing. And he said, you will look in and you will see sometimes Baba, sometimes you will see infinite, and sometimes the finite. And it has been so. I have time to read just a little bit of something that I like here of Baba's, because his miracles are one thing, but to me his message is another. His message is what I fell in love with. His message is what I rose in love with. Listen to this now. Why does man rail when he arrives in the world? Whimper through life and groan out into the beyond, lamenting that his sojourn here was a waste of years. Why? Man does so because he is unaware of his glory, of his high destiny. That's the only reason. Week after week here, don't I tell you who you are? That's all I can do. All I can do each week is to tell you who you are until one day you say, whoa, that's who I am. Baba says, man is a divine word into a human mold. Take these words into yourself right now. Come on. You say I am the divine bored into a human mold. Baba says everything else alive or inert is also divine, but is the privilege of man alone to be able to become aware of this precious truth. We're the only ones that can understand it. Do you understand? Isn't that wonderful? So why aren't we living better? This message is echoed by scriptures and in the declarations of countless saints, yet men and women turn a deaf ear to it, perhaps due to misfortunes created by misdeeds in past lives. Baba says, men can derive Ananda, that's bliss, through the contemplation of his divinity or the divine as represented by all that he sees, hears, tastes, touches, or smells outside himself. Brahman is immanent in all. Well then, what are we worrying about? Divine bores into your mold. What an inexhaustible source of Ananda lies inside or outside you. Only you have to develop the mind. That's it. Only you have to develop the mind that will respond to the call, that will recognize the truth. Do you think that this week you could honestly keep your mind firmly on who you are day and night? Say it is a lie. Simply repeat it, saying who you are. If you have pains, say it is a lie. Say, I am in the image and likeness of God, and if God had pain, the whole world would screech. And I cannot have pain, because I am in that image and likeness. Say it over and over and over and over. Once I took on so much pain from someone that I couldn't walk. It was so excruciating. There wasn't a place in me that wasn't excruciatingly painful. All at once I said, "Hey God, I've had enough of this. I'm sick of this. This pain is finished." And it got finished. What I get sick of is taking on pain from people who aren't going to change. I'll take anything on from you kids if you're going to change afterwards. I'll go along with anything, but if you get back your health and you don't change one iota, if your mouth is still nasty, your mind is still cheap, and you're still petty, then why don't you just have your own pain? It's time to keep your mind on the truth of the matter. I would have so many people coming up next week to talk of miracles if you would keep your mind on God every moment. Say, "I am made in His image and likeness." If you want to say her, you can. I am made in the mother's image and likeness. I cannot have sickness. I cannot have trouble. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's a lie. It's not true. It's not true. You can go on all day like that and something will break. Start doing it. I believe you could clean the water if you thought about it enough. If Baba can wave his hand and make something manifest, I swear by God Almighty that I've seen Baba do that over and over and over again. I've seen him blow like whoosh, and the whole thing changes. It's almost as it was in the beginning when God went like this whoosh, and our world and we were all created. It's a wonderful feeling to see someone do that. It opens your mind to the glory you haven't touched yet. Open your minds and your hearts and see the things we haven't seen yet. There are glories in the air we haven't touched, and I'm determined to touch them. If Baba can touch them, I can touch them. If Moses can part the sea, then I can too part my troubles if I keep my mind right. Do you understand this? Baba continues. Misery is a lion to men's and women's makeup. Recognize the immanence of the divine. One has to dedicate all acts to the divine. Everything we do is to the divine. What is an act when you analyze it deeply enough? It is the manipulation. Now listen to this. The manipulation of the divine by the divine. Isn't that great? It is the manipulation of the divine by the divine. If you think positive and something happens, then who is the positive in your mind? God. And who is the thing that is manifested? God. If you pray, you take down from God's storehouse and give back to God. Baba says dedication is to be carried out in many various ways. Take the food that we consume and offer it to God. How many people forget to offer their food to God and change the vibratory rate of it from a stinking old nothing that's been cooked in a hurry into something divine? Any act done for the glorification of God is thereby rendered pure and potent. It is incapable of harming the doer, the beneficiary, or society, for it is saturated with love, which is God. God is the director of the puppet show, the manipulator of the string, Go behind the scene and see him. It is now hiding him. You have only to peek behind a flower or peer behind a cloud to see him pulling the strings, to show us the beauty, to show us the darkness of heavy moisture. So also you have only to peek behind your thoughts, to peer behind your feelings. You will find there the inner motivator behind everything. You tell me, Swami, I have been practicing intense meditation for 50 years, but I have yet to gain concentration. That is the shameful confession. Jnana for meditation is the 7th of the series of the steps leading to the 8th samadhi, or conquest of the mind. Unless you have secured a strong foothold on the 5 precious steps, you will fall back from jnana. You want to know what the 5 precious steps are? You've been doing them in this class, and I say, you're a wonderful, wonderful class. I'm very proud of you. This first step is the control of the senses. The second is the control of the emotions and impulses. The third is mastery of balance and equipoise. The fourth is the regulation of breathing and movement of the vital airs. The fifth is the prevention of the outer influences. If you don't practice the first steps to make the foundation, you can go off and meditate, and when you come out, you'll slide down and it will be hard to hold it. However many years you have tried to stick to it. Baba says reduce the luggage and carry about when on the journey of life. Remember, all that is not you is luggage. You are not the body, so the body is an item of luggage. The mind, the senses, the intelligence, the imagination, the desires, the plans, the prejudice, the discontent, the distress are all items of luggage. Jetson them soon to make your travel lighter. Come back with me to Baba at Vrindavan. I used to get up at 3:30 in the morning and go outside. I would look up and it would still be pitch black, except for the stars so bright and the moon so bright. I'd walk down to the place and I'd sit and meditate. I'd close my eyes at 3:30 and maybe at 8:30 I'd open them and I would see the monkeys walking with their babies in their arms, picking the leaves and the figs and the fruit off the trees for their breakfast. I want you to close your eyes and feel with me, and then you'll go into a meditation. I call this Baba at Vrindavan. Just feel it now. Get very quiet. Take the essence of Baba now, and you may see him in dreams after tonight. He may appear to you. He may just come for a second of darshan. I tell you this night, I tell you in the sincerity that everyone who is here, he knows he is here. He once told me, I know everybody in the world, and those that are mine I call unto myself. He knows you're sitting here tonight. Don't move your hands, your arms. Just listen. A quote from a letter written by Hilda Charlton. Baba told me, walk this earth with your head held high, your spirit soaring, your heart open to love. Believe in yourself and in God within you. Then all will go well. Wherever you look, I am there. Wherever you walk, I am there. Whomsoever you contact, I am in that person. I am in each. From each, I will respond. You cannot see me in one place and miss me in another, for I fill all space. You cannot escape me or do anything in secret, for there are no secrets with me or from me. Live in perfect accordance with my laws, and wonders will ensure. Source Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Volume 3.